let's talk. We sat up there and I made her do love language test, and
we did a lot of stuff.
Just a lot of stuff to really connect and get to know each other.
So I think at the time we couldn't go out. There was no going out. So every time we got to spend together, we spent it doing things inside that made us get to know each other.
Yeah, playing like question games and stuff.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Queerly Blax Show. I'm your host, Ashlee, and I'm so happy you came by. The Queerly Blax Show aims to normalize the everyday existence of Black LGBTQIA+ individuals through an interview-style series with regular folks like you and me. So every week, a new guest shares their story and unique perspective on their existence as an LGBTQIA+ individual. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure you subscribe, download, set your reminders to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to another episode of the Queerly Blax Show. I'm your host, Ashlee. I'm joined today by some very special guests. We got Ashlee and Jordan Hodge.
Hey,
y'all tell the people who y'all are.
And you are Happily Ever Hodge on Instagram. We're Ashlee and Jordan on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I've watched. I got caught up with y'all content, so I seen the coming out story. I seen the how we met story. So we're gonna talk a little bit about it. When did you guys start on your platform?
So with Instagram, that started actually a year after our engagement. Yeah, I was just like, our pictures are so cute and I'm just so in love. Like, let's start an Instagram. Like, let's do this. So, just put up our engagement photos, and I think maybe some other photos I put up, and then Ashlee kind of took it over from that point. Because I'm not really that big on social media. I'm not the social media person, getting into it now, but yeah, she took over it then. But a year after our engagement is when we started.
Yeah.
And YouTube, when we start that?
We started that in October last year.
Yeah.
It was after we got married.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. After honeymoon, I think that was our first video. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice. And so after just posting those pictures, you guys just kept it going.
Yeah, we just kept it going. And watch it grow.
Kept it going. Posted our stuff, whenever we get cute and going out, I'm like, okay, make sure we take a picture for the people.
All right.
Whatnot. And, after the honeymoon, I was like, well, let's start the vlogging thing. Like, I'm a talker. I love talking. I love showing people what we do. So let's go ahead and do this. So that's when we started YouTube and pushing out the videos.
Nice. No, it's dope. I think like what you guys are doing is nice. Just showing a different representation of, another, lesbian couple that's normal, thriving, going to work, getting up every day, paying bills, going on vacation, living life. So I think any type of
living your life.
That's right. Any positive representation in that way is amazing. But let's go back to the beginning. When for both of you guys, what was the journey of like, coming out or letting people in terms of like, your families and stuff like that, growing up, whoever wants to start can start.
You want to go first on that?
Sure. So for me, just with my lifestyle and just my sexuality in whole, I've always been pretty open, pretty the type of person like, look, this is me. Like, this is how I was made. I can't help who I am. So I'm just going to live loud and proud. I did grow up deep in the church. My whole mom's side, ministers, deacons, pastors, things like that. So it was like 4 days a week in church, choir practice, praise dance practice, like all of that, like really deep into it. So I would say probably around middle school, maybe even early as elementary, I knew that I liked women, like girls, was attracted to them, but couldn't really describe that feeling of what it was. Just knew I was attracted to them. Hey, they're pretty, let me be your friend type of thing. But, more high school, I got a girlfriend, and long story short, she had to live with us. My mother didn't know she was my girlfriend at the time, but she ended up living with us. And I'm like, well, I definitely can't let my mom know now. I can't come out now. So I'm going to wait. Fast forward to college, get a girl, fall deeply in love. And we're like, well, we're going to come out at the same time. Come out to my mom, and, she didn't take it the best at the time, but she did let me know that, she loved me. It's okay. I think she's still in that point, was like, it's still a phase type of thing, was waiting for me to get over the phase and whatnot. But, fast forward to now, she's okay with it. She loves Ashlee. She understands that, Jordan's just going to be Jordan. She's going to, live her life. So that's fine. My friends, it never was an issue. They always accept me for who I was. So yeah, that's kind of like my little coming out story.
Nice.
All right, for me, man, it's hard talking about coming out story. I've never really told it before.
And because you're from, where are you from?
Besides telling her I've never publicly Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've never really told anybody my story. I think it's hard telling my story because of what I went through. I was not accepted by my parents. They still don't accept me for being gay. They don't accept us being married, but I think my mom has now come around a little bit, and she started talking to her a little bit more. And she hasn't met her yet, and she wants to meet her. So we go from there. But telling my coming out story is kind of hard. I was trying to record my video, and I recorded it about 4 or 5 times. And it's really hard for me to tell it because of the situation that I'm going through with my parents. And, I didn't want to make them look bad to the public. From an island and nobody really accepting it down there. It's kind of
respect that. I think that's understood, right? Like, that's totally understood. So it was hard and still working through it. We got it, and we're gonna respect that. And
exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna respect that. And I'm my prayers are with you, and I'm sure that with time they'll come around. It'll be better. The bridge will continue to be built. So
I hope that happens.
Yeah, for sure. But how was it? You're from the Virgin Islands. Like, how was growing up there, just in terms of like, queer culture in general? I know your parents, you had that situation, but were there gay people in the Virgin Islands? Like,
I probably I probably know about 2 people the most, and they talk too bad about gay, and most of everybody don't know each other. So it's like a family-oriented island, and they're all churchgoers, so they all talk about it, and they talk about it bad. So I never really came out until I got to college, and I realized, I gotta love me and live for me. They already living their own life. I told my mom, you live your life how many years now, and it's time for me to live mine. So I decided to move, and I'm living freely.
Yeah, no, respect. And the truth is that sometimes that's what we have to do, right? Or we find ourselves in difficult situations. People commit suicide or don't figure out a way to cope with it and deal with that situation, and it sometimes it's just moving away is the answer. So much respect. So you guys are newlyweds, coming up on your 1-year anniversary this year. I want to talk a little bit about dating, though, before, because you're newlyweds. And one of the things I want to help people get is the process of finding somebody today, like how challenging that is, like walking through it. I've been in a relationship for 13 years, so I can't help them. But you guys are newlyweds. Right. So, you guys were just recently kind of settled into your relationship. What was it like dating in, 18, 19, 17, like those years? What was that like?
Man, that was difficult. Okay. Like, I literally was just telling her last night, like, I'm so thankful I caught mine, because man, that couple years span of being like single, not in a situationship, not, whatever, with somebody, was hard. In Atlanta, it's tough. I'm sure other places, but in Atlanta specifically, it's tough. It's a lot of scammers out here. It's a lot of people that's, phobic. They want to get in a relationship to have somewhere to live. So that was difficult. I did go on like dating sites and stuff like that, dating apps, Tinder and POF and things like that. But it was tough for me. And before Ashlee, I was like in a situationship for sad to say, like 4 years. It was a long time, and it was a really tough situation, because it's like, I didn't know if I could move on, and then, you know, dating other people while they were dating other people. It was just a confusing type of situation. So dating was hard for me. Yeah.
For me, dating wasn't hard. I don't think I ever been single. I've been
Player.
Okay, in front of him, man.
I like, because we are, like I said, I moved here in 2018, so I was living down there, and yeah, I date people. I've been in long-term relationships with people. I didn't have a hard time dating. Dating for me was pretty good. Besides, when I moved here in a relationship, and I've been with that person for the whole time I was here, and it just became rough. It was really rough. It became very toxic, and you know that we broke up, but I stayed in the house. I stayed there, only because I didn't want to break the lease, and it was easier.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it was easier to stay where
that 2-month rent at the end of that. That's tough.
yeah, and it was easier to stay where I was comfortable, even though I wasn't together. You know, and then one of my coworkers, because I was a police officer, and one of my coworkers told me about this internet stuff, and I went on the internet and what was it, Tinder, and found her, and we clicked from there. Yeah. So I don't think I ever been single. I've been in relationships for a while.
Yeah, I want to Jordan, go back to, so I watched how we met story. There was something you said in there that I want to kind of dissect a little bit. With you and Ashlee getting together, like I think it was with the second or third day when she wanted to meet you.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, yo, like you doing a lot. And you identified it as like a red flag. How do you know like the difference between like somebody who really like you and they might be coming on a little strong, but like they're genuine, and somebody who really is like, no, like you're like, it's a red flag? Because the dating, like, especially lesbians, right? It moves fast. But there is that like somebody who's really interested in you, and then there's people who just like, you're just doing too much. Like in your dating experience, like how have you been able to figure out like what the difference is?
That is a good question. I feel like you said, in our community, it's just full speed. You know what I mean? Hit the ground running with stuff. You meet somebody, you get the feels, and you're just like, oh, this is it. But I think, at least with Ashlee, it was like a lot. It was coming on strong at first. And I was just like, no, I got a child. I'm just trying to have fun, you know, type of thing. But just really to get to know that person more, have genuine conversations with them. I didn't rush into anything with people, into meeting people. That just wasn't my thing to do. So just having those genuine conversations with them, and finding out their intentions, feeling their energy, finding out what their true intentions are, so that you don't just move into something based off of emotion and feelings right in that moment.
She lied. I think she only trusted me because I was a police officer.
No,
that helps. I'm sure.
I know how to get away with things, so
that helps. I'm sure.
No, I was just getting to know you better.
No, I was joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, I'm sure you being a police officer helps.
At first, it was a little love bombing situation for me at first. I'm like, woman, I don't know you, police or not. Like, let's get to know each other. Let's chill. Let's see what each of us are looking for first, type of thing. So,
but she did meet me though, right?
I did.
She did. She met you. and Ashlee, for you, how much of that is like just, I imagine, like culturally, it's just like you're just a welcoming, like because you grew up in a family environment. Like if I just want to know you, like it didn't even feel weird to you to even do that. You was just like, this is just how I do.
Yeah, it wasn't weird to me. It wasn't weird to me. I thought that if we're gonna talk, why not we see each other? You know, I think that the talking on the phone thing or not meeting me was like, that was a red flag for me, because it's like, is she catfishing me? Why you want to meet me? So
so it's interesting, like just the interpretation, because especially when you getting to know somebody, you don't know them, like you don't know what their intentions are, and like we all come to situations with like preconceived notions or like our own interpretations of what things mean. So I just wanted to highlight that with you guys, like how different that was, but what it meant to both of y'all was different, just based on like your experiences. So I wanted to just kind of highlight that. So online dating, like these
See the style it out.
right. Okay, with that, not to dig into it too much, because I think we all can agree that it's just a crazy situation. Like it's just a crazy, wild time. What is one thing that you would share as a piece of advice for people who are dating online right now?
I ain't date much online, so.
Well, I think my advice would be to, like I said earlier, just feel the person out. Don't, I'm a very analytical person. It's what I do for work. So I just think that way all the time. And just get to know that person. Don't feel like you have to rush. Don't feel like, oh, I just need somebody and I have to rush type of thing. So just take your time. Everything will flow genuinely. That's what happened with me and her. Even though I saw what I thought was red flags, it was just cultural difference, just, things like that. And then I quickly saw how genuine she was, how we connected. We had the right, the same intentions and things like that. So you really just have to have, I guess, a discernment for people and just reading them and finding out their intentions,
being aware
and be safe. It's be aware.
Yeah, I think that's good. So now you guys are together and you guys got together. You formed your relationship in COVID, right?
Yeah.
So how was that? I mean, lockdown. I think Atlanta probably was one of the first places that was a little open before the world was open. But in a whole pandemic, you guys like formed this strong relationship, got married in the whole nine. How was that for you guys? Like, what was that from when Ashlee, when you got out of your old situation to you guys move full steam ahead? Walk me through that.
See, I don't think we didn't have a pandemic situation where we were on lockdown because I was a police officer.
So you still
I never got to be at home. It was not that for us. So I think we did pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say, just to piggyback off of that, she was a police officer. So she did, first responder. She had to be out there. So we weren't really experiencing that situation where we're in the house together 24/7 type of thing, which I'm kind of thankful for, because that would have, who knows, a new relationship. It's a lot, even with us not being locked down, so to say, it was still a lot, her having to figure out that situation and then us moving in engaged and, every kind of move fast paced. So, but on the upside of things, I feel like it did help us get to know each other very well, to connect with each other, just have that time where, hey, when you're not at work, we got to be together. Let's connect. Let's talk. We sat it there and I made her do love language tests and
we did a lot of stuff,
just a lot of stuff to really connect and get to know each other.
So I think at the time we couldn't go out. There was no going out. So every time we got to spend together, we spent it doing things inside that made us get to know each other.
Yeah, playing like question games and stuff like that, diving deep into our childhood, telling each other about things. So on the upside, it really did help us to connect and get to know each other more. So and I think maybe 3 months in, we had our first big fight, I would say.
We did.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's soon or if that's
3 months.
A little late, but about regular. Yeah.
Was it over something small?
It was over that situation.
What is it? That's valid.
Yeah,
that's valid. You got to get to it.
I had to work through that. I had to, I had, like I said, gotten out of a situationship where that person lied, like got engaged on me in that situationship. So it was, my trust was like at a 1% level. So I'm just like, I know it's your ex. I know you say y'all trying to get this lease together, but what's really going on? Like, are you really on the couch, type of thing. So,
and you believe me.
I did. It just.
Yeah, she was on 100. Not her, but the girl.
Yeah, that was a tough situation. We went through it really early in the relationship because of that, to be honest. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a tough situation to get through, deal with her ex and loosen those ties that she had there.
Yeah, because at
Yeah.
first I think she didn't believe the fact that I was going to move out because I was still there until when the lease was up, I was gone. And yeah, I proved her right.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. You stood by your word. You said you were
Yeah,
gonna do it,
I
and you
stood by
did
my
it.
word.
That's all people are
Yeah.
looking
Yeah,
for, really,
not
at the end
many
of the
people do
day.
that. That's the problem.
Exactly. Exactly. It was scary, to give that much trust up front, but it paid off. And yeah, in the end.
Yeah. Well, shout out to you, Jordan, because a lot of people would be able to do it. So that's
I know it. I
not
know
to
it.
you.
We had some hard times. A lot of
Mhm.
she sent me home saying she can't do it, but yeah,
Yeah.
we was able to stick through it. So
Yeah, that's what's up. And now you guys are married.
yeah.
So when you guys get engaged?
In July 2020.
July 2020.
Yeah,
Yeah.
July 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys, so that was 6 months in?
7 months
7
in.
7 months
Yeah.
in. And you both felt ready.
I was honestly nervous. I was nervous. I just never saw myself getting married. That was one thing. And then the second thing, it was fast paced. So yeah, I was nervous. I thought I was gonna have a long engagement. It didn't happen like that, but yeah, I was nervous. How did you feel?
No, I was nervous. I was ready.
You was ready?
Yeah.
All the way in, huh?
Yeah. And for because I wanna drill home the fact that like time is not really, people say like, oh, you gotta wait XYZ amount of time, but I think there are times when right? Like
Yeah.
if you've
that's
been
fine.
through, like you've dissected and talked about and worked through a whole lot of stuff up front, you had those serious conversations, you've seen people through different seasons, then 7 months is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and because
Yeah, and just like
your hesitation wasn't rooted in like distrust, it just was you had a perception of your life that wasn't
That wasn't
marriage.
Yeah.
exactly.
And I have the perception of as a child, I always wanted to get married. So and I felt like I found the one. So why not propose to the girl and see if we could, even if we had had a long engagement, I just wanted to be with her.
Yeah.
That's what it was for me.
Yeah. Well, you guys engaged for like a year, right? A little over a year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little over a year. We got married in August of 21.
Mm-hmm. And for so the process of like that year leading up to the wedding, what were those conversations like? Obviously, Ashlee, with your family, were there people you talked to about it and like, you just kind of respected whatever their position was? And then obviously, Jordan, same thing for you.
Yeah, so I had conversations with my mom. I listened to her talk, and she said she wasn't coming. I did invite my dad as well, and he said he wasn't coming. So we went from there. So none of my immediate family was there. My sisters and them was coming, but because my sister and brother was coming, but my brother was having a baby at the time, so he decided that he would stay with his wife. And my sister was gonna come, but I think because of COVID and lockdown, they weren't able to come because of that. But my mom, she was not going to come at all. So they were not going to come. My parents.
Yeah, for me, just first of all, with marriage, I have a cousins like my sister. She's been married for like 14 years or something like that. So I did talk to her, express like, do you think I'm moving too fast? What do you think? Whatnot, and had those conversations with her. And she's like, look, nobody can tell you when you're ready but you. If you feel ready, don't worry about the time. If you know that you guys are in love, you guys have had those conversations. And I think you said earlier, seeing each other through those seasons. We seen each other down, broke. Yeah. We seen each other high. We went through those things together. So I did have my cousin to talk to about, the marriage piece of it. And then with my family coming, it took a while for them to come around to actually, coming to the wedding and representing me at the wedding because of their religious beliefs. But my immediate family did come at the end of the day. I did have some family members that let me know they're not able to support it. They still love me, which was fine. I can only respect their beliefs and everything like that. But I am thankful that my immediate family did come and did support me at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, they supported both of us.
Yeah, Ashlee
they
too.
definitely love me. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
we had a great time.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that suit was fly, Ash. That burgundy was like, oh, that was sharp, yo. That was dope.
She came up with the theme of nude, and one thing we liked the most was that the whole guests were nude.
Yeah.
With shades of nude, shades of brown. So
Good. No, that's awesome. So for Atlanta is a interesting place. Are you both you're from Jordan, you're from Atlanta, right?
I'm from Fort Lauderdale, raised. I came to Atlanta in 2007, so I've been here a while.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just got there recently, Ash, a couple years ago.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah. And how do you guys feel, like, probably more you, Jordan, but how do you feel like the gay scene in Atlanta has grown since, back in 2007?
I would say it's much more party now. Maybe I need to venture out more, but even then that was okay with me, right? But now I'm older. It's like I wish we had more of a mature scene here, but back in the day, man, it was a thing. Go to Piedmont on Sundays, Thursday through Sunday, you got something to do. You can party, you can meet people, things like that. It's cool. But now
Piedmont on Sundays,
I think so. But now I think it's more still that way. It's just very party light here in Atlanta. So we just still trying to build our community and find, couples to hang with and things like that. To do more things in our age range, things that we like to do. We don't want to be in a club every other weekend. We got a child. We can't do that. Right. So it's difficult here. If you want to come here to party, you got it. But for us mature people, it's a little harder.
Right. Harder. What speaking of your son, what kind of conversations do you have with him, or have you had with him about, your relationship, and has that been a thing at all with him? How old is he?
He's 5. Mm-hmm. He's 5. So we have had conversations with him because it felt kind of forced. My child's father was not the happiest with this relationship, and it was a thing where my son would be coming home saying things that I know was only put in his ear, type of thing. So I had to, sit down and have those conversations. Look, I know you may have heard man and woman only, but love is love. And I've had that conversation with him, that whoever you love is just who you love, and those type of things we can't help, and that's okay. You have a mother and a father, but you also have another parent now, a bonus parent who loves you as well, and you're lucky. A lot of kids don't have that, so I just say those type of things to him, reassure him that his father is always going to be in his life. No one is replacing that, and he just has a bonus parent.
No, he loves.
Yeah, he loves him some Ashlee. Listen, all day long. It's Ashlee. Ashlee is no mommy. It's Ashlee now. Yes.
It drives me crazy. He calls my name a lot.
It's Ashlee. All day long.
No, that's good. How do you balance that? Like, do you have conversations with his father about like boundaries and like, let's try to, navigate that? Because sometimes, the other parent may or may not be in the picture, but because you have to manage both scenarios, and raise your child with like positive images and like try to reinforce that, but fighting against, whatever he may be hearing from, his father's side. Do you talk to him like about boundaries and stuff like that?
Honestly, we haven't gotten there yet. Pray for us. We're work in progress.
Definitely will.
But certain conversations in it, especially with the wedding, like that, he was just like, oh my God, up in arms about this wedding for some reason. So I have had to have conversations with my child's father about that. But being that Jason is 5 and still growing up, like we're getting there.
He's very young.
Yeah, the train's moving on though, for sure.
Yeah. And then for you, Ashlee, how do you you know, for people who may be having the same sort of situation where you're coming into a relationship that has a child from a previous situation, what have been some of the things that you've done to integrate yourself into the situation?
We have a great relationship. We take him out, we do stuff with him. We just have a great relationship. We don't do anything other than, but when it comes down to her and his dad, I don't get involved in that stuff. I let them let them make decisions.
Yeah.
They do what they gotta do because they're co-parenting. So I just allow her to co-parent with him and we go from there.
Yeah, but I would say that, you know, she meshes very well with Jace. Even from the beginning, she came in with that mindset of he's mine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm with you. I know he comes, you know, as a package deal with you. And she's always been that way. She never treated him as anything other than her own. Helps him with homework, get him dressed, haircuts if she needs to, if his dad's not able to. Like, she is really a parent. And, you know, that's one of the things I love and admire about her. Like, yeah, that's
incredible, because I think, you know, that's just more of what we need to see, you know, just people coming in like, I want the whole package. You, the kid, everybody, let's go. We, you know, we a family, you know, pushing forward, you know.
I was never going to treat him any other, because I want a child of my own. So I was always going to treat him like he's my own.
Yeah.
Teaching him how to ride a bike and a scooter. I mean, she is a parent. Yeah. So I love that. I love that.
Everything. That's my kid.
Yeah, 100%. Sure. 100%. So you guys want to have children together?
Yes,
we do. Want to try for that girl. I need that girl.
Yeah, I want a girl.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you guys care about like adopting, or, you know, do you guys want them to be, you want to carry?
She would love for me to carry.
Yes, I want the experience. I don't want to. I mean, if we have no choice but to adopt, we will definitely do it. But other than that, I feel like I want the experience of seeing my wife pregnant and taking care of her and doing all this different stuff. You know, that's the experience.
Protector. You're gonna be big daddy.
but if you can't have the baby, I would definitely have it.
Yeah. And I love that, because a lot of people are like no, you know, about that.
I don't want to. If I had to, I would, but
yeah. I don't want
my first choice.
Yes.
I'm scared about it, but if I have to, I would.
It's beautiful though. I think that, you know, if you can, you should experience it. Just being pregnant, it's beautiful. I love being pregnant. No. Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
They're both are like, no.
If you like being pregnant, then you should do it.
No. Do you want to do IVF? Ash, do you want it to be biologically yours?
I would love that, but that's kind of expensive, right?
Very.
I would like that.
Yeah. That's what I would. Yeah, that's what I would prefer.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, it's a journey. It's definitely a conversation. Yeah, we you know, we've talked about that kind of stuff. We, you know, start with IUI and, you know, work our way down. I don't care if the kid's biologically related to me. I'm like, it don't matter. But my wife is like, no, we need to control half the genetics. We need to understand what half of this kid's gonna be. So she's like, because I know how I am. So if the kid is like me, I'll be able to manage that. But we need to understand what this is. So she wasn't to be biologically related to us. So I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I guess you're carrying it then. Good.
Yeah.
So in all of the experiences that you, well, actually, have you guys thought about your 1 year anniversary?
Like what we have, but we haven't. Listen, that is a story in itself, Ashlee. Okay, we kind of we got scammed by a travel agent.
Yeah.
So we're going through it with our bank and with them, trying to get our money back with that, because we're supposed to be doing Costa Rica,
yeah,
for our 1 year. So yeah, she went MIA on us with all our money. So we're trying to figure it out now, what we're gonna do. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy.
We might gotta switch it up.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I hope you guys are able to get that taken care of, because that's no fun. That's no fun.
Yeah, but our what we want to do is the islands or something for our 1 year for sure, to go out the country somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Costa Rica is pretty cool. For Valentine's Day, I think it was, I don't know if it was this year or last year, but Jordan, you actually did Valentine's Day for Ashlee.
No, that was this
So
year.
was it this year? Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because I did Valentine last year.
You right. You did it last year. Yeah. So what? And you talked about the stud being the one to kind of get taken care of.
Yeah.
How do you guys kind of balance that? I obviously agree. I think it's amazing to take care of studs. So I mean, I'm all for that. But how do you guys kind of navigate that and like talk about, like, did you tell her like, oh, I got Valentine's Day this year? Like, how does that conversation happen?
Yeah, that's basically what it was. Like she does stuff for me all the time. Like ever since we were together, she brings me flowers on a, often basis. And just because gifts, it's like, I know I can't tell Ashlee just in conversation that I want something because she's gonna get it. Like she's just that type of person. So I'm like, you know what? For Valentine's, babe, I got it. Like I want to treat you. You deserve to be, showered as well. So that's kind of how it went. And in conversation, she had been telling me, oh, I never saw a live sports game. Oh, that would be nice. I would love to do that. And I'm like, okay.
Throwing it all out there. That's right.
Yeah.
Manifest what you want. Manifest it.
Manifesting it all up and through there. So I'm like, okay, babe, I got you. So yeah, I surprised her with the Hawks game and dinner and a whole weekend full of stuff. And
yeah, it was fun.
It was. Yeah. And I think she felt love and showered on. So yeah, that's what
dope.
I wanted to do.
Yeah, I like her gifts because she knows there's a lot of things that I haven't done here. So yeah, I really like when she take me out, actually.
Getting her those experiences.
Yeah, no, it's dope. I love it. I love it. It's definitely a balance, and everybody contributing and everybody feeling appreciated. Major key. Good, man. Well, we reached the end. 2 questions. Okay. First question is, if you have a theme song for your life, what is it? If you had a theme song for your life, what would it be?
That is a good one. You got me thinking.
I think Free. That song I recently been playing.
Free. Who's that by?
Perry Jones is the Free. It's a new song by Perry Jones. It's a young girl. I think I've been playing it yesterday and he was like, are you okay? That song.
That's the theme song, Ash? The one she asked you if you was okay?
Yeah, because I was trying to make the video for my coming out story and I just felt like listening to that song. It was like, you're free.
I think the first one that comes in mind for me is Beyonce's I Am Here. I love that song. Yeah, listen, I'm a stan.
Yeah, 100%. Beehive.
Yes, Beehive all day. I Am Here. I'm gonna have to play it for you. We're done, but it's
I probably know it, but
yeah, it's just I think that would be the theme song. My motto that I live by, I really want to leave a legacy. I don't want to, I want to be known for something, that I did something, even if it's just this, positive representation for our Black, gay, and lesbian community. I just want to leave a mark. So I think that would be the song for me.
That's a good song. Very sentimental.
Yeah.
Very good. And last question is, what advice do you have someone who's on their own queer journey?
There you go.
I would say to know yourself and be okay with yourself first. Don't feel like you have to just come out there and come out the closet or what have you. Because at least in my opinion, my sexuality is only just a small piece of me. Your sexuality, doesn't have to define you. It doesn't have to make who you are as a whole. So, be okay with yourself first, love yourself, even those ugly parts. And then, whatever anyone else doesn't accept, you'll be okay with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. You stole my words though. I was gonna say definitely you have to love yourself first. And I'm still on my own journey because I'm still trying to get past all the stuff that I've been going through or went through in life. And so I have to love myself first. So I think loving yourself first will be that journey. That's something that you need to do and try to get some help. I definitely feel like counseling. I need some kind of counseling or find somebody in the community or somebody that you can trust to talk to, get it out because that does help.
Yeah, build your own community for sure.
100%. For sure. Yeah, no, that's great. Those are both great tools. And I'm an advocate for therapy. I definitely think therapy is a great tool for anybody who, feels like they need that gap filled, go on and work that stuff out. Well, awesome, man. This is another, great conversation that I believe is going to truly help some people. Tell the people where they can find you guys.
Yes, so Instagram at Happily Ever Hodge, YouTube Ashlee Ashlee, and Jordan, just regular Jordan on YouTube.
Oh, are you gonna tell them we're gonna switch it up?
Rebranding coming soon.
Got it. Cool.
Everything.
All right. Good, man. Well, this is another episode of the Queerly Blax Show. Y'all already know I'm your host, Ashlee. I'll catch y'all on the next one.